Good morning, students. Hope you are all fine. I believe your parents also are fine. Do you spend the time properly? I believe so. You would do that. Now we are going to see the poem, All the World's Stage. You know, we have many stages in our life. First we are born. After some times we cross adolescence. Next we become pre-teen. After that post-teen, and then adult, pre-adult and post-adult, and we become more matured enough. Later we become old. It's true and practical to every human being's life, either you or I or our parents or anyone else. It's true and fact. You know that? You believe? It's true. Now, I would like to say many things regarding the poem. You have got books with you. Have you bought the book, textbook? If you don't have the textbook, it's not possible for us to teach you well or you to know about the poem properly. Kindly buy the textbook as quick as possible so that it will make you to study well as to concentrate on the lessons. I request personally everyone, please do that. Thank you. Shall we get into the poem? Now, William Shakespeare is the poet who has written All the World's a Stage. He was born in 1564 and he was dead in 1616. He is the father of the literature. You know, he had written many poems, dramas, one-act plays, so many literature works he had done. He is the best poet also. He is a very good poet. Now, let's get into the poem. All the world's a stage. You know, we are all in the world. Everyone is in the stage, that is in the world. We are all playing some parts of our life. Say for an example, the character. Say if you take some movie, some actors are acting in a movie. They take the play of someone else or extracting someone else. Likewise, whomever are born in this world are all players, taking their role to exhibit their life, to finish their lifetime. Let's start. All the world's is a stage. That's we are all in the stage to play something of what God has expected upon us. All the worlds, it's a metaphor. Figure of speech is metaphor. All refers to human being, world. Totally, the whole world, you are all on a stage or in a stage. Stage is the place where we happen to act. The dramatists act in a stage, likewise. And all the men, men means males, and the women, merely, only players. God has expected us to play something in this earth, what His will is upon us. Now, they have their exits, the people have their exits, deaths. Exits means deaths. And their entrances. Entrances refers to births. And one man in his time. In his time refers to the time of his period in which he has been living, and that is known to be the time, plays many parts, many stages. Child, adolescence, pre-adolescence, post-adolescence, again teen, pre-teen, post-teen, and then matured stage, prematured, after matured, so lastly old stage. Now, and one man each time plays many parts that we have seen. His acts being 7 ages. 7 ages, nothing but 7 stages. That's what we are going to see. At first, infant. Infant is a stage soon after our birth. All are as baby when we were born. That is the stage of infant. In the previous last line, we have seen about infant. And that is the description and explanation here. Mewling is a cry of cat, making the sound of cat. Pucking is just mere vomiting, the sense of vomiting. In the nurse's arms, in the nurses who are serving for child in the hospital, in the nurse's arm, every child vomits. You might have heard and you might have known also. As we were all baby, we did very well. And that part of that line becomes imagery. Figure of speech is imagery. The child contemplates about his imagination. So it's called to be imagery. Now let's go here. Then, next, whining schoolboy. Whining schoolboy we know. Whining, not interested to go to school. It's not liking something sad, which makes us sad. It is satchel. Satchel is nothing but school bag. Now, and shining morning face. Students take bath every day with a shining face. They go. That's the meaning here. Creeping, walking very slowly like snail. Slowly, very slowly. So, like snail. Here we find figure of speech is simile, because the light comes, we can easily understand interim simile or in interim metaphor. What it may be, there. Like snail, it is simile. Unwillingly to school. In this stage, we are unwilling to go to school, because there we must be very clear. We must watch the class carefully, otherwise our mom will scold us. Like that, so many obstacles we may happen to face. And then the lover stage, second stage is the lover stage. Lover stage is nothing but pre-adolescence stage. Don't know what we are doing, what is going to happen. We will never bother about what our seniors or parents are saying like. No, that is the stage lover. Sighing like furnace. Furnace is a place where fire is being made or fire is fired. Likewise, sighing like furnace. So we must be in some places we will be interested and brisk. But whereas in school or some other, we won't be such. With a woeful ballad. Woeful ballad is nothing but some lyric or song which gives us some sad or very slow, not interested lyric. Likewise, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress eyebrow. Made to his mistress eyebrow. We always look at teachers or the opposite genders eyebrow carefully. What they are doing, we may happen to watch. Likewise. And the next stage is soldier. Now we come to the next stage is soldier. Full of boasts, full of promises. They go for promises. They always promise for everything. And the bearded like the pard. Pard is something nothing but big catch. Bearded, they may have some beard. So likewise, bearded like the pond, jealous in honor. Jealous in honor. They expect, this stage expects jealous in honor. Suppose in some gathering, somebody is respected and somebody is not respected, they feel jealous. Why that fellow is not respecting me? Likewise, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel. We know in our family today, we quarrel with our sisters, brothers. No, quarrel, you know very well about, because you can teach me about quarrel very well than me. So very sudden, the stage exhibits very sudden, quick in quarrel. They are very fast in quarrel and suddenly they become quarreling. Seeking the bubble reputation. Seeking is nothing but searching, looking for. The bubble reputation, no? Bubble, when you mix washing powder into water, that becomes bubble. Reputation is nothing but respect or some sort of respect or reputation, some fame. They always expect. This stage expects. So that reputation which comes and disappears within a few seconds, but they expect bubble reputation. They seek and they long for and they go in search of bubble reputation in this stage. Even in the cannon's mouth, cannon is nothing but gun. Cannon's mouth here it refers to the serious condition or serious stage. Then justice. Whatever it may be, they go for justice. This is right and that is wrong. Likewise they say, but this line stands for personification. Personifying the character of human being here. That's why we call it personification. Now, in fair round belly, in this stage, we have the fair round belly with good capon lined. Capon is nothing but a bird. Lined, you make a line in bird. You find bird being lined. Likewise, our belly is becoming very big, lined or lined. With eyes severe, on the stage, the eyes looks always severe and serious. And beard, a formal cut. Some may have beard long or short. They may have the formal cut in their beard, full of wise sauce. They always seem to be wiseful in their sayings. Sauce is nothing but sayings. And modern instances. They look and go for modern instances or examples. And so, instances is nothing but examples. And so, he plays his part. The person in this stage plays his role. Then we'll go for the sixth stage, shifts. Now the sixth stage shifts into the lean and the slippered pantaloon. Lean, we become slim. Slippered pantaloon, we have the shirt which is so tight, so small. That's happened. That's what happened when we become aged. We used to wear small shirts because our body becomes so thicker. That line speaks about imaginary figure of speech. That line speaks about the figure of speech is imaginary with spectacles on nose, The grannies are wearing spectacles. And pouch on side. Pouch is nothing but purse on the side. His youthful tights, his body, his dressing becomes tight, well saved. That are all protected. A world too wide they become to think about the world is too wide. This line speaks about metaphor, the figure of speech. For his trunk and strand. Trunk and strand is the parts behind our knee, downer part of our knee, that becomes old and old. That's not able to walk as youthful days they did. It's not possible for them to walk very fast. His big manly voice, his voice become very big. While you're standing there, come. Likewise, it becomes very bigger. Turning again toward childish, the old age turns to be again the childish. Treble, three times, thrice. Pipes are sounding, loud sound, higher sound. This line speaks about metaphor, figure of speech. Now, and whistles in his sound. That means ups and downs. Whistles shouting like anything, or higher in voice, sometimes lowering in their voice, whistling in his sound. Last of all, this line speaks about imagery in the poem. The figure of speech is imagery. The person is thinking about his own sound, those things, etc. That ends. What ends? The human life ends. The strange, not knowing anything. That means familiar, unfamiliar, eventful, what of happenings in their life, what all happened, eventful happening, history. His story is history. One's story, the man's human being story, becomes eventful and strange because we don't know what is going to happen in future. The strange eventful history is second time childishness. Our grannies are looking so childish. Why? Only grannies are playing with the children. Is there any father and mother becoming playful to our children? I don't think. Because they become the second stage of childishness. So they behave like child, always with children. And mere oblivion. Oblivion is nothing but state of forgetting everything. So they become forgetting many things. Sans means without, not having. So sans teeth without teeth, sans eyes without eyes, sans taste, they cannot feel taste. Their tasting mentality will be over. Sans everything becomes so worse. They are in worse condition. Maybe I think would be the last stage in their life. I don't know. We ourselves don't know how that we are doing ourselves. Anyhow, sometimes we may happen to recollect ourselves the thing that we had done. In this way, if we had done, it would be very nice. It all depends upon the performance of the Lord and perfect will of the Lord. Let us dedicate ourselves to Lord. The poem speaks about every stages of every human being. William Shakespeare is well experienced poet and humorist poet also. He has been giving us very good literature taught to us and very habitual ideas. Even it is applicable in today's practical life. Thank you, one and all.